Okay, I'm live finally. Um, been home sick today with a cold. It's been bothering me since late Friday. It started a little bit during the afternoon and got worse and still not very good today. Felt like doing something. So I figured I'd come on here and do a game from that 1975 National League replay I've been working on. And in this one, it's going to be Expos at the Cardinals, third game of the season for both. They split the first two. Let's see, Cardinals won the first one 3-2, and then the Expos won 2-0 in the second game. Starting pitchers for this one. For the Expos, it's Woody Fryman. He started 20 games that year. He saved 3 in his relief efforts. Was 9-12 in the area, 3.32. 157 innings, allowed 141 hits, 10 home runs, buck 68, and struck out 110, or was it? No, 118. 118. And going for the Cardinals, right-hander John Denny started 24 games. He pitched in relief a little bit too, but didn't have any saves. Was 10-7 with an ERA of 3.97. 136 innings, 149 hits, including only 5 home runs. Buck 51, struck out 72. Lineup for the visiting Expos, leading off and playing second base in this one is Larry Lintz. Batting second, starting in left field, is Tony Scott. Batting third, starting at shortstop, is Tim Foley. Batting cleanup, playing first base, Mike Jorgensen. Batting fifth and playing center field is Pepe Mengel. Batting sixth, the catcher, Barry Foote. Batting seventh, playing right field, Gary Carter. Hitting eighth, playing third base, Larry Parrish. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Woody Fryman. For the Cardinals, leading off, playing left field, Lou Brock. Batting second, second baseman, Ted Sizemore. Batting third, playing center field is Big McBride. In the cleanup spot, right fielder Reggie Smith. Batting fifth, the catcher Ted Simmons. Batting sixth, playing first base, Keith Hernandez. Batting seventh, third baseman Ken Reitz. Hitting eighth, playing shortstop Ed Brinkman. And batting ninth, the pitcher John Denny. Defense behind Denny from left, right, and outfield, Brock, McBride, and Smith. Infield from third to first, Reitz, Brinkman, Sizemore, and Hernandez, with Simmons behind the plate. So Lintz playing for the first time. 1-6. Ball 4. Leadoff walk. Those have a tendency to find a way to score. Here's Scott. Lintz working to try to get a lead against Denny. Doesn't have one, though. 2-6. And it doesn't matter. Denny walks him too, so this could be a really bad top half of the first for John Denny. Back-to-back walks, and here's Foley. Foley has had 4 hits in his first 8 at-bats, including 1 double. Three, 8. I considered bunting with him, and I didn't. Grounder to Brinkman, to Sizemore, to Hernandez, a 6-4-3 double play, and should have tried to bunt with him. But now there's 2 out with a runner on third for Jorgensen. Jorgensen's hitless and 7 at-bats. He has 1 RBI, however. 1 walk and 1 strikeout on the year. 2-4. There's a single up the middle by Jorgensen. That'll get a run in, and Jorgensen has his second run batted in of the season. Lentz crosses the plate. Pepe Mangel. Next batter. Two eight. And Denny strikes out Mangel to end the inning. But Montreal scores a run on a hit, no errors, and one left. The defense behind Fryman from left, right, and outfield. Scott, Mangel, and Carter. Infield from third to first. Parrish, Foley, Lentz, and Jorgensen. Put behind the plate. Brock Sizemore and McBride for the Cardinals. 6-8. And now Fryman has walked a leadoff man. Sizemore now up. We'll try hit and run here. Ground ball to the right side. Lentz will come up with it. Over to Jorgensen, but he gets Brock into second. Here's Big McBride. Five 10. So 14 and a 15. Bride pops it up. And behind the plate, Foot waits for it. Out number 2. 2 down for Reggie Smith. Smith has hit safely in 5 of 6 at-bats, including 1 triple. He has 1 RBI. He's walked twice. 2-5. And Smith up the middle with a base hit. Brock comes around. They're just going to try to hold Smith at first. He has an RBI, and they are just unable to get him out. This is the one time. He's got 2 RBI on the season. We're tied at 1. Both leadoff walks came in to score in the first inning. All right. 5-3. Line drive to the shortstop Foley to end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 left. We go to the second, tied 1-1. Foot, Carter, and Parrish due up for the Expos. Foot hitless in 6 tries. Liner right to Hernandez. There's an out. Brings up Gary Carter. Carter 3 for 8 this year. 6-7. Pitch by Denny. Strikes him out. 2 down for Parrish. Parrish hitless in 5 times. Oh. 5-7. Two down, one on for Woody Fryman. Six three. That's going to go to Reggie Smith and right field. I'll see if he makes the play. Fryman lifts a fly ball to right. Smith coasts over to get it, and he hit off his glove, and he dropped it, and it rolled away from him. Fortunate break for the Expos, coming all the way around to score from first base is the runner, and Fryman gets to third, a three-base error on the right fielder Reggie Smith. Parrish is the guy who scored an unearned run, 2-1 Montreal. So here's Lentz, who walked earlier and scored later in the first inning. And that one's popped up on the left side. The shortstop Brinkman underneath it. But the Expos get another run. This one unearned. They had a hit. But there was one big error by Reggie Smith, which allowed a run to score. So the Cardinals down a run again. Hernandez, Reitz, and Brinkman do up. Hernandez batting .250. 6-5. Fryman strikes him out. First strikeout for Woody Fryman. Brings up Reitz. 2-9. Rounder to Foley. Over to Jorgensen. 2 away. Here's Brinkman. Six, 4. X-Charger. Brinkman ground ball left side. Shortstop Foley over to Jorgensen, and that ends the bottom half of the 6th. The first 0 to go up on the board under an inning frame. It would be Scott, Foley, and Jorgensen due up for the Expos here in the 3rd. Scott walked his first time up. Swivel. Ooh. Oh, they get real wild with that one. All right. Tony Scott ground ball up the middle. Hit number 3 for Montreal. And here's Foley. Last time I considered bunting. I didn't. He grounded into a double play. And I'm going to take a chance again. 2-8. Line drive to Sizemore. I think since they were ahead, I decided to take the chance. Had it been tied or they'd been behind a run, I think I would have laid a bunt down. Here's Jorgensen. Line drive to Sizemore. That's 2 down. Here's Mangel. Scott takes off trying to run. The throw by Simmons got him. He's caught trying to steal. It's 2-1 Expos in the bottom of the third. So let's see, Scott on the season now. Was that his first attempt? It was. He's 0 for 1. Denny, Brock, and Sizemore do up. Six, 9. Ball 4 to Fryman. Brock with a walk. 3-7. Ground ball to Lentz. 4-6-3 double play. Sizemore grounded out earlier. Chart. Fly ball, looper to right. Carter coming in, but it drops in front of him. 2-out single for Sizemore. Bake McBride is up. Ground ball to Parrish, and that ends the third. We go to the middle innings. Montreal 2, St. Louis 1. Mangel, Foot, and Carter. 2-4. Ground ball to the shortstop, Brinkman. 1 away. Here's Foot. 0 for 1. John Denny walks him. A 1-out walk to Foot. Here's Carter. 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Ground ball left side, Brinkman to Sizemore to Hernandez, a 6-4-3 double play. Ends the top half of the fourth. We've been getting some double plays here in this game already. It's already 3, and we're only in the fourth. Bottom half of the inning, Smith, Simmons, and Hernandez do up. Smith is 1 for 1, and he has an RBI. He's hitting safely 6 of the 7 at-bats he's had. 5 of those are singles, 1 triple. He's had 2 RBI, walked twice. No strikeouts. Fryman delivers, and he walks him. Leadoff walk for the Cardinals in the bottom of the fourth. Five, 7. Lifted to right field, Gary Carter. He's got it. One away. Brings up Hernandez, who struck out his first time up today. And Fryman gets him again. 2 down for Reitz. Grounded out earlier. Ground ball to Parrish. And that ends the inning. We're on to the 5th now. It's 2-1 Montreal. Parrish, Fryman, and Lentz. Parrish is 1 for 1 with a single. Has a run scored. That single, by the way, was his first hit of the season. And Denny walks Parrish. Denny has walked 4 batters. And Fryman steps in. Corner's playing in. And Fryman squares around to try to bunt. Hernandez only play is at first. He decides at least not to take a chance at throwing to second. Sizemore takes the throw, and it's a 3-4 putout on Fryman. Parrish at second on the sacrifice. Lentz has walked and popped out. Fly to right. Smith has it. Does he want to? Yeah. But he's going to stay. And Scott has a walk and a single. 2-7. Fly to center. McBride makes the catch. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Brinkman, Denny, and Brock. Brinkman 0 for 1 today. 1 for 7 in the series. And Fryman walks him. Another leadoff walk. Now that's 4 walks allowed by Fryman. The starting pitchers have combined for 8 walks already, 4 strikeouts. And now it's a opportunity for Denny to try to lay down a bunt. Check these pitchers' potential point of weakness inning. Denny, it's the 6th. Fryman, also the 6th. Fryman's pitch. Denny fouls it away. Can still try to bunt, but if he bunts it foul again, he's out on a strikeout. He'll stay with it. And it's a good sacrifice. Parrish picked it up, third baseman, threw it over to Lentz. Brinkman's now at second, 1 away for Brock, who grounded into a double play his last time. 2-10. Uh-oh. We have a wild pitch on cork by Fryman here, and Brinkman's now at third. And the infield will come in against Brock. You don't really want to walk him. you're ahead by a run. 2, he's a real speedy base runner. And you can't really assume you're going to get a double play anyway. Not a desperate enough time to try to walk Brock. Infield is playing in. Ground ball to the left side. Foley, the shortstop, over to Jorgensen. He holds Brinkman at third, so 2 down. Now the infield can drift back. Sizemore 1 for 2. Six, 5. And Fryman got him swinging. Worked out of a jam there. Go to the top of the 6th. Still 2-1 Expos. Foley, Jorgensen, and Mengel do up. Foley's 0 for 2. The pitcher Denny delivers. It's popped up on the left side of the infield. Brinkman puts it away at short. 1 down for Jorgensen. Seemed like Jorgensen was a pretty good player. I never saw him play, but his defensive ratings at first are always really good. And like this year, 18 home runs, which for that year was decent. Hit 261, 79 walks to 75 strikeouts. Had to be a pretty decent player. Not one that really stands out, but nonetheless, still a decent player. 211. Uh-oh. Denny's going to get lucky here. A fly ball to deep right field, but Smith is going to have room for it. Where the warning track edge begins. 2 down. Here's Mengel. Ground ball left side, gobbled up by Brinkman, tossed over to first to Hernandez to end the top half of the 6th. McBride, Smith, and Simmons for the Cardinals. 3 guys who all hit at 300 or better for the season. McBride was right at 300. Pitch by the lefty. Fly to left. He went the other way with it, and Scott will put it away. 1 down for Reggie Smith. He's 1 for 1, single plus a walk. He's been on base 90% of his plate appearances so far. Fryman strikes him out looking. He must have just caught the corner on that one. At least the umpire said he did. Smith probably disagrees. Simmons 0 for 2. He batted .332 that season. It's like 1 out of every 3. That he would get a hit. Fryman strikes him out. And we're on to the late innings. Still 2-1. And we've only had 5 hits in this game, but 8 walks. And a combined 7 strikeouts. Foote, Carter, and Parrish do it for the Expos. Foote has 1 walk, but he's 0 for 1. Grounder to the right side. Sizemore up with it over to Hernandez. One away. Gary Carter, 0 for 2. And Denny walks him. That's 5 walks now allowed by John Denny. Probably getting somebody up over in that bullpen by now. They hadn't already. One out, one on for Parrish. Parrish has been on safely both times. He's singled and he's walked. And Parrish lifts one to center field. McBride has to run hard to get to this one. He's not going to make it. Carter held up to make sure that ball was going to drop. He's going to hold at third. He's not going to try to score on that, but it's a double for Larry Parrish. And there's runners on second and third with only one out. Cardinals are already down by a run, so they really don't want to give up anything more here when they haven't scored many themselves. And the Cardinals are going to see if they want to make a change here. They might let him face the pitcher spot, Fryman. I think the first thing I got to do is make the decision on whether Fryman's going to bat or not. He's not fatigued yet, but he could be there pretty quick. He's got a pretty good pitcher card, though, and if he could probably get through another inning or two. And I know going back to the 70s, there were still some pitchers that would try to complete games back then. So I'm having to make a decision here that you try to pinch hit and get a hit that can kind of seal the game for you. So I'm going to look at a couple things. One, I want to make sure they have a decent arm in the bullpen. I don't know. They tied with the Cubs and finished last in the East with 75 wins, I want to say. Let's see, Don DeMolo is okay. Dale Murray had a decent ERA. Steve Renko. Charlie Taylor. And Montague. So it's a little bit of a delay here as these managers we're not ready for this. Shame on them. All right. Expos are going to bring in Larry Bittner to pinch hit. Now, I'm not sure he's going to bat, though, because now the Cardinals are going to make a move. One move at a time. Let's see, Lentz. They want to bring a lefty in. Probably so. If they got anything that's decent from the left-handed side. Curtis. Yeah. Garmin. He's a right-hander. Like a Herbowski, but they're behind. Still, let's see more. Sosa and Sadecki. Yeah, Ray Sadecki is going to come in and pitch. So now the Expos are going to say, come back here, Bittner. We have wasted you today. See, Breeden. Mostly he's going to walk if he gets anything. Same with Bompo Rivera. So it's going to be Jerry White. Is going to be the guy who's going to bat here. After all that, so the Expos sent Bittner up there with a bat as they pull Fryman out. The Cardinals countered by putting Ray Sadecki, a left-hander, on the mound. And then the Expos brought Bittner back to end his day and have Jerry White now at the plate, a switch hitter. And the infield is going to play in because they really don't want to give up any more runs. 111. Ground ball to Sizemore. Carter's racing home. They're going to throw. Oh, wow, they got him. The odds weren't there, but Sizemore throws it to Simmons, who got the tag down on Gary Carter. His odds of being safe were 85%, and they still got him. So Parrish at third, White's at first, and the difference is still one run. And Lentz is now going to take a seat. Have to decide now who's going to bat for him. It'll be McKinnon. Yeah, Pete McKinnon is going to pinch hit for Larry Lentz. He's hitless in 6 at-bats for the season. 4-8. And a base hit for McKinnon. Parrish is going to score. On his way to third is White. He'll get there. Runners on the corners. McKinnon picks up his first hit of the season, and along with it gets his first RBI. It's 3-1. Expos. Tony Scott, the batter. Big insurance run. Maybe they can take 2 out of 3 here in St. Louis. Sadecki strikes out Scott, but another big important run for the Expos. 3-1. They lead as we go to the bottom half of the 7th. Enjoy the 7th inning stretch, although I'm not going to play Take Me Out to the Ball Game for you. Let's see. I think White's going to stay in. Yeah, Jerry White's gonna. He's gonna stay in and play left field. McCannon's gonna stay in and play second. And Tony Scott's gonna exit this ball game. Now I gotta find a pitcher for the spot here. We got a left-hander coming up, left-handed batter, and a couple right-handed batters. Hernandez, Reitz, and Brinkman. Pardon me. It's going to be Don DeMola. Pitching for Montreal. Hernandez, 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts. 1-9. He's kind of on an edge there. Pitch by DeMola, and Hernandez hits one towards the gap in right center field, and that's going to drop in for a hit. Hernandez will get extra bases. He's going to stop at second with a leadoff man in scoring position. The Cardinals need that. Here's Reitz, 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. They could pick up a run right away here. That gives them a decent chance to get back in it. I mean, they're only down by 2. 3-4. Those outs can disappear in a hurry. Grounder to DeMola. He holds Hernandez and gives it to Jorgensen for the first out of the inning. Ed Brinkman steps up. Brinkman 0 for 1. He's walked once. Danny Cater. I'm not going to use him here. Ted Martinez. Dwyer. And maybe. Ron Fairley is going to pinch hit for Brinkman. 0 for 1 with a strikeout as a pinch hitter. Now some left-handed bats coming up against Montreal, but they only have right-handed pitchers in the bullpen. Ooh, 6-11. What's that going to be? A grounder back to DeMola. Ground ball, DeMola. Oh, he misplays it. Hernandez to third. Fairly safe at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And now a pinch hitter will come up for Sadecki. And that is going to be Jim Dwyer. Oops. Accidentally canceled that. There we go. Maybe the Cardinals can get those 2 runs back this inning. Oops. One's sitting on an edge. 3-9. Oh, wow. Pitch to Dwyer. He hits it down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Hernandez scores. Stopping at third is Fairley. Carter played that one pretty well. It's still a double for Dwyer, and he gets a run in. 3-2, but the tying run now at third with 1 out and a go-ahead run at second for Lou Brock. They're going to play the corners in, but they don't want to bring the whole infield in. Don't want to give up a single up the middle and allow 2 runs to score. Taking enough chance with the corners in, especially at third. 3-5. It's grounded right to Parrish, the guy they didn't want it to go to, but he makes the play. He holds Fairley, and 2 down. So that worked pretty good for the Expos there. Dwyer advanced to second, or no, I'm sorry, he was already there. Sizemore 1 for 3. Four, 7. And Damola strikes him out looking. The Cardinals get a run. They're back within a run. Now, what do we need? A shortstop. So that might be Tyson then. Yeah, Tyson's going to come in and play short. Fairley's going to stay and play a left. That's going to be it for Brock. Scratch it. I'm going to put Dwyer in left. I'm going to put Tyson in Fairley's spot to play shortstop. Brock is leaving the game. So you're facing Foley, Jurgensen, and Mangel. It's going to be Garmin. Might be Garmin. Mike Garmin is a decent card. He's more of a... He had some saves. Tommy Moore didn't play a lot. Elias Sosa. How long Tommy Moore is on the roster? I'm going to put Sosa in right here. Foley, 0 for 3. 2-2. Pitch. Inside, and it hits Foley. So So we need a pinch runner now for him. Frias. I guess so. Nobody's a base stealer on the bench. Pepe Frias is going to be the base runner. Couple Pepes. Jorgensen 1 for 3, 1 RBI. 4-9. Uh-oh. And that one gets off the glove of Simmons. It's a pass ball. My Sosa's been off target. He's like the wild thing from the Major League movies. I guess he nails the batter, knocks him out of the game, and then throws a pass ball. Run around second, nobody out for Jorgensen. I do a re-roll because of the pass ball. And the pitch strikes out Jorgensen. Mangel 0 for 3. Base hit into left for Mangel. Coming around is Frias. They're going to throw for the runner. This trailing runner is going to try to advance. They're going to let the throw go through. And it's not in time. And in at second is Mangel with an RBI single. It's 4-2 Expos. It's unearned because of the pass ball so far. Barry Foote 0 for 2. Just walked once. $5-10. Oh. Pitch by Sosa, and there's one lifted into left center field. That's going to be more trouble for the Cardinals. Mangel's going to score easily, and Barry Foote has a double. There are some firsts on that. It's Foote's first hit of the season, his first extra base hit, being his first double and his first run batted in. So it's 5-2 Expos. And Gary Carter. And the Cardinals are going to bring in Terry Moore. That first run became earned on that. So both of them are. $4-8. Sosa wasn't having any luck with any hitters. Liner to Tyson at short. 2 down. Parrish, 2 for 2. He singled, walked, and doubled. 3-9. Going to Reitz. Throws over to first. And now I have to assign somebody to shortstop. I think it'll probably be Frias. His defensive rating is pretty bad. But I don't know that they have anything better to pick from. McCannon, but then I'd have to put somebody inferior to him at second. So Frias is going to stay in at short. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Montreal. McBride 0 for 3. When I get to where they're playing games in Montreal, you're going to notice I don't use the stadium image of Olympic Stadium because it annoys me, the one that they picked. It's at an angle so that the right field line is more parallel with the bottom of the screen, and the left field line goes vertical on the screen, kind of, and then so it's an angle, and everything else is more behind the plate. So what I do is I shift it. I use the Rays Park image. It's about the closest I can come to what Olympic Stadium I guess would look like. But even there, Olympic Stadium was open back then. But the one that they have an image in the game for, I think, is after they put the top on it. I could figure out how to put an image in there, I guess. That was better for that stadium and felt like messing around with it. I just never really investigated that. 5-6. Line drive to first to Jorgensen. Smith 1 for 2 with an RBI. Plus, it doesn't have all the stadiums for teams. For instance, like it doesn't have the old Baltimore Stadium that they had back then, the Cleveland Stadium. You can get them like as the old ballparks, but then it's an illustration. It's not a picture, and the illustrations to me look kind of like crap. But seems like they could have done a much better job on those. Smith 1 for 2. They finally got him out with a strikeout last time up. We welcome Hannah to the ballpark, although she's not in her correct seat. So she's going to get removed from the ballpark. 1-7. Grounder to McCannon over the first 2 down. And here's Simmons 0 for 3. I think Hannah's trying to return to the stadium. She's plotting her way. Yeah, here she just came through the turnstile again. Fly ball center field. Mangel can't make the catch, and Simmons has a 2-out double. Good news for the Expos is there's 2 out. Hernandez steps up. Hannah, I know you don't ever give up. And then you start getting rotten. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? You're getting mad, aren't you? Yeah. Crispy Kennard. Well, welcome in. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm got a cold. So my voice sounds a little off, and probably hear me grabbing tissues and stuff. And apologize for all that. Almost done here. Game really slowed down the last couple innings or so because I've been making a lot of substitutions, and I spend some time on trying to manage both teams and trying to make them good, sound decisions. So I look at the cards and stuff. Five, 4. Somebody watches it recorded, they can fast forward or whatever. Ball 4 to Hernandez. So runners on first and second, 2 out for Reitz, who has grounded out 3 times today. He is the potential tying run. Demola, he's been out there a little while. He's telling the manager right now, who's out there talking to him, that he's fine. He wants to continue. And there's a part of the manager, it looks like he kind of wants to trust him, but maybe he doubts whether he does. Let's see what he decides to do. Well, okay, he pats him on the arm and says, all right, for now it's yours. Ken Reitz against Demola. That's a 7. And it's hit hard in the left center by Reitz. Uh-oh. Simmons, he's going to score on the play. Hernandez is going to be stopped at third, but Reitz with an RBI double. It's 5-3, and that's probably it for Demola. Tyson is the batter. But the manager's just kind of walking out there quietly. Says, thanks for trying. Boy, what are they going to do now? I guess it's going to be Taylor. Now, do they do a double switch? I might want to change Parrish out at third. He's not really good over there. Yeah, Scanlon's going to come in and play third off the bench. Taylor's going to come in and pitch in the 9th spot. Double switches. I guess it's good to keep doing them if you've got games so you remember how they work. Things don't exist so much anymore. Not in a true sense. All right, 2 out, Tyson up. 4-4. And, oh no. Tyson ground ball to the shortstop, Frias, and he can't make the play. A run scores. It's 5-4. Reitz now in at third. Tyson picks up an RBI, and my oh my, the Cardinals are really causing some pressure on the Expos here. And they have to sweat this one out. Tyson with his first RBI, I believe, unless he had one earlier in this game. He did not, so that was his first on the year. Runners on the corners. Jim Dwyer, who came in as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning, doubled in a run back then. 6-5. Fly ball to center field. Mangel puts it away, and this inning is over. But the Cardinals responded to the 2 that the Expos put up on the board with 2 of their own. We go to the 9th. It's a 1-run ball game, 5-4. Each team has 7 hits, and each team has 1 error. Tommy Moore had 0 saves. They're down by a run. He didn't hardly pitch that year, but yeah, that's right. I put him in because Sosa wasn't getting anybody out. Jerry White reached on a fielder's choice his first time up in the 7th as a pinch hitter for, was it the starting pitcher, Fryman, I believe? 3-7. Ball 4 to White. I don't think that's correct. I think it was somebody else. He pinch hit for, maybe he came in and replaced the guy that pinch hit for Woody Fryman. It doesn't matter. White at first. McCannon singled in a run in the 7th. White trying to get a lead. He does not. And they had some decent bats in those next 2 spots. I'd probably try to sacrifice here, but they don't have very good batters in those 2 spots. 1-5. Pitch by Moore. Strikes him out. Or strikeout for Moore. That is Tommy Moore. And the third baseman, Pat Scanlon, batting. He hit 183 in 1975. Okie dokie. That was a split roll. And that's a fly to left. That's carrying pretty well into the deep part of the left field area. And Dwyer makes the catch back near the warning track. 2 down for Frias. White's trying to steal. That was kind of on an edge there. And he's in there. A stolen base. It's a bad throw. How bad? Real bad. Into center field by Simmons, and White gets to third. An E2 on Simmons. Runner on third base. 2 out for Frias. That was a chancy stolen base attempt anyway, but paid off big for the Expos. But unfortunately, Frias has popped the ball up on the right side, and the first baseman, Hernandez, just drifts back a little bit and makes the grab. So that ends the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Expos lead, but by only 1. And Chuck Taylor is on the mound, at least for now. The Cardinals are going to bring in a pinch hitter for their pitcher, Moore. Available is Luis Melendez, Ken Rudolph, Danny Cater, and Ted Martinez. And it's going to be Martinez, I think. Yes. Ted Martinez is going to bat. He only batted 190, but looking at the chances for the other guys, it looks like he had the best one to get on base. Sizemore is on deck. McBride will follow. They can get into that heart of the order, so it could be a pretty entertaining bottom of the ninth. Next chart coming up. Ground ball to the shortstop. And that's Pepe Frias over there. And oh, he boots it. Oh, already. Getting a little scary for the Expos. E6 on Frias. Base runner on for Sizemore. Corners playing in. Sizemore is going to square around. He lays one down. And it's a good sacrifice. Foot picked it up. He came out from behind the plate and threw it down to first. To McCannon covering. Martinez now at second. One away for Bake McBride. He's 0 for 4 today. And a grounder on the right side. McCannon at second. He's got it over to Jorgensen. Martinez, the tying run, potential tying run at third. With 2 out. And Reggie Smith is the batter. He is protected by Ted Simmons. These are the last 2 guys you want to face in this situation. Can Taylor wrap this one up or not? Four, 6. The delivery, it's popped up. Right side of the infield. It looks like McCannon's going to call for it. He does. And he makes the grab. And the Expos have held off the Cardinals to win this one 5-4. Taking the rubber game of the series. The Expos take 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. All 3 games, I think, were decided by 1 run. So that is it for this one. I'll bring up the league stats page real quick here. Let's see, here's a state. The league standings. Expos are 2-1. Half game behind the I guess they're not. Yeah, that's right. They're tied with the Phillies in first. Half game ahead of Pittsburgh and Chicago, who I think are playing next. And then Cardinals are a game back along with the Mets. The league batting average is .238. See, the Cardinals are batting .229. The Expos are batting .213. 19 errors through 9 games. Wow. That's kind of high. 3.30 league ERA. Expos are at 2.42, and the Cardinals at 2.67. Anyway, I think I'll wrap this up here. Hope anybody that was watching enjoyed it, and will watch another broadcast in maybe the very near future. Can't promise it'll be today, but it's possible. 1975 replay of the National League. Long way to go. And again, I think the next game is the Cubs and the Pirates. In fact, I can close that. Let me look at the schedule report. Oh, I'm mistaken. It's Philadelphia at New York. That's the next game. And the pitchers, Jim Lonberg going for the Phillies, and John Matlick going for the Mets. So that'll be the next one. I am now going to end the broadcast, but again, thanks for stopping in. See you later. So long.